without further ado, our good friend who's tolerated me way too much sometimes, Dave Cameron, head coach of the Ottawa 67's. I appreciate you not staring at the sun and coming to chat with us.
Well, just listen to Yorkie there with his eyes, say he's the potential referee.
Are they that bad, Dave?
No, actually, I thought the referee in this whole year was really good. I think they found that balance, or I know they found that balance between, letting teams play and then only calling the stuff that really was instrumental in affecting the game. No, I think they've done a real good job.
Yeah. Oh, we got to say congrats to you though, right? For a win. Pretty well a great season so far for you guys, but the work's not done yet.
Yeah. No, we great series to two really, really evenly matched teams. And I don't know if you got to see much of the series or not, but most of the games, could have went either way. And I think Game 4 summed it up best. Down 2, up 2, tied, won in overtime. And that basically was how the whole series went. Ebbs and flows and teams, momentum switches and things like that. Good competition, competitive, good skill, good goaltending. I thought it was a real good series. And then the thing about Brantford that's I think is really exciting is the rink they play in. They play in the I don't even know the name of it, but it's an older building, holds 3,000s, jammed to the rafters, and I like to have a cut in the concessions there because beer was flowing. It was a great atmosphere.
That Game 4, I think that was the controversial ending, if I'm not mistaken. Was that the one?
No, that was overtime. Game 5 in Brantford was the one where we had the disallowed goal.
So I just want to say, maybe I had clips today, but it felt like a bit of a earthquake last night as I saw the video of you on Instagram pop up. Gavin, do we have it available? So this is Dave Cameron after the win.
Great job.
I have known you, I feel like 20 years. I have never seen you that excited.
Well, it was a combination of obviously the excitement of winning and enjoying the team and that, but the prelude into it was about the real excitement, or a big part of the excitement was didn't have to get on that bus again.
Yeah, exactly.
As an old guy, and made a few comments about the derriere and thanking them for giving it a break. So so we great group. We have a lot of fun. We push hard and we work when it's work, but we have lots of fun and they're a good group to be around for sure.
You now begin against Oshawa, who just eliminated Barry. No, I can't even remember who they just played.
Barry. Yeah.
But they finished the regular season, I think, on a 12-game winning streak. However, I did some math, Dave. I think you've won the last 5 games against Oshawa. Do you have that as confidence as you go into this series, which begins on Friday?
Well, yeah, I think, we should be a confident crew. We beat a good team now already. We're going up against another real good team. The one thing about our whole conference is that from top to bottom, there was about a 6 or 7 point spread between the top 6 teams. And so you have a chance. And when you're in a good league, in a competitive league, and you go into the playoffs, especially in the second round up against a team, we know we have a good chance, but it's not going to be easy. They're sitting there saying the same thing. It's going to be who can stay with it, who can do it the longest, the hardest, and who can get the different parts of the game at different times, from goaltending to special teams to a lucky bounce, control the momentum swings, discipline. Like we said when we started the Brantford series, we expect this one to be a long one too.
So as you get into this, does the regular season matter much when it comes to the playoffs? I know I just asked you about it, but do you know their tendencies, or does any of that stuff carry over? Does it just all go out the window and you just watch the last series they just had?
Well, I think there's going to be a little carryover, but how long it lasts, I'm not quite sure. Like, for example, I'm sure they're going to be pushing the fact that we knocked them into the playoffs last year. They're going to push the fact that we've beaten them some games this year, some games where they probably played better too. So, but I think all that hype lasts for maybe a period, or maybe the start of the period for the first game, and then teams settle in, and that stuff's all forgotten, and then you get the ebbs and flows of the series, from game to game, from periods to periods, and I think the other stuff in the past, I don't think there's anything there that's going to be, have a team rise from the ashes type thing and have something to really hold on to.
Dave, this is your third year now back with the 67's. I know you coached junior before, but you're in the NHL for a long time. How much differently do you handle these guys than you handle pros, or do you handle them the same way?
Well, there's a lot of common denominators, when you coach for as long as I've coached, and like there's some traits that carry across, like you have a sense of humor. I'm what you call blunt. There's not much debate on what I tell you. There's something to be said, I said it, and that's what I expect back from my players. And when you come in with a new group, obviously it takes them a little while to settle into that bluntness and to realize that, everybody has the same agenda. Everybody's trying to develop and get better, and the team's trying to get better, and the team's trying to win. And so, obviously, you take in the fact that the age is from 16 to 20, and so there's different ways to approach and to deliver to each player. But over the course of the season, and that, you have communication, you have your meetings and stuff like that. But you have 23 players, and you can't sit down every day and have a meeting with them every day. There's just not enough time for you to do your job. So you get to know what buttons to push, and you really know you're making progress when they start coming to you. You ask them for feedback, and of course, they at this age, it takes them a while enough to get comfortable with us coaches to give us feedback. And certainly they're quick to go to Norm and Paul and Hammy and let them know things, and that filters back to us and stuff like that. But this group now, most of them I've had, this is the third year with them, and I think there's good dialogue. And but it wasn't until the second half of this year that I had actually guys coming in and sitting down and asking me what's going on here, what are we doing there, because you prepare every day and you think you're giving them as much information as they need, and you think you're doing the right thing all the time as a coach, but you're not. But the best way to reroute or to attack something is when they come in and say, "Hey, coach, I need to talk to you about this." Well, then great. That's great. Now you're talking about something that's specific to different people, and you're hitting the nail right on the head, as opposed to me trying to guess, how you're feeling and stuff like that. And then the other side of it is I'm a big believer in that your team to win has to come up with some adversity, has to be able to deal with adversity. And sometimes if your team's not going through it, you can create a little benefit too, and to see how your team responds and challenges to that.
What adversity did you guys face this year for you that you can use? Does that make sense?
Yeah, well, we for the last 2 years, and we've had a lot of discussion on it. I don't know how many times in the last 2 years, I should actually sit down and do the math because it wouldn't be that hard, but how many times we've actually fielded a full team.
Huh?
You get guys up and you get guys going, and you have your line combination set, and then now you get an injury, and some of them are long-term injuries, and now you're juggling again and things like that. So I think that was probably the biggest adversity we had. And then there's always, you forget sometimes you're dealing with kids and you're dealing with families here, and sometimes there's issues within the families and that are not mind-boggling, but like you have to get lots of work with the kids, and you have to help them through some different situations that's not related to hockey.
Yeah.
So
it always amazed me, Dave, because I coached junior A for 5 years, and dealing with 16 to 20-year-olds, it's insane, because I can't believe, and you're at a different point in your season right now, how much teaching much teaching you have to do of the fundamentals that you think the kids have, but they don't. And it's crazy how much teaching you have to do at that level. I don't know if it's the same with you, but I really found that with that age group.
No, you're right on, and that's that's something that intrigues me, not as a coach, but it intrigues me. It intrigues me that the human mind, because my background was teaching and working with offenders and at-risk kids, and I've always liked that challenge to try to figure out what makes them tick. But you're exactly right, because in the 10 years that I was gone in junior, and now come back, and I've read lots of stuff. I'm sure you guys have as parents and that about the effects of their phones and the screen time and they have, and scientific proof is that it affects them and affects their ability to concentrate and their memory and stuff like that. And what I'm finding is that I think it's way bigger effect than people even realize. And that gets back to you, York. It's the same thing. I have to go over things so many times. Sometimes I'm thinking, what's going on here? Like, this isn't that complicated. Like, we just done that. And sometimes you feel like the Dutch boy in front of the dike. You get one hole, you plug that, and one pops out. And I honestly think, because we have a great group of kids here, great group of young, like they're really solid kids, but their ability to retain ends up where you have to repeat so much. And then, of course, when you're repeating over every day over a long period of time, that's where you got to walk that line between them getting tired of you and tuning you out, and your team, and you pushing so your team can play its best hockey. So yeah, I agree. It's that attention span, I think, is affected way more than experts think.
Dave, do you have a phone rule? We used to have we had this little pouch. So before you came into the rink, you had to put your phone into this pouch, and you picked it up when it was time to go. It was our little phone rule we had. You guys do something like that?
Yeah, we do that, and then on the road, night before games, we collect them. We keep them. Yeah, we keep them and they do it. But here's a great one. So we're out of the rink here once in a while, and we have to practice. So one time we're able to go into Jim Durrell. So the boys are taking their phones. I said, boys, we're like, why would you be taking your phones? Of course, they're real quick to answer. Hey, GPS. I said, I give you the GPS. Go out, go left on Bank Street. When you see the first rink, pull in. That's Jim Durrell. Save yourself.
Has anybody ever had two phones?
Oh, the ghost phone.
I don't know.
Okay. All right. So now that we've seen you get excited at the win, have you promised anything if you win round 2?
Oh.
No, I give them 2 days off.
That's
and Roger Greenberg, our owner, one of our owners, every round you win, he takes the team out for a big team meal. So that's kind of the reward is coming. But nice. I'd be more worried what I tell them if we didn't win. That don't work anymore.
It's good to see you, Dave. I appreciate you stopping by. I know it's been pretty busy for you for winning in Game 6, but we look forward to seeing round 2, which starts Friday in Oshawa, and then back here for games 3 and 4. Tickets on sale tomorrow, 10 a.m. If you want to go see the 67's play in round 2. Thank you, my friend. I will take you out for dinner sometime.
Beautiful.
What? I've never been out for dinner with this guy, Dave.
You're not part of the good guy club, as you keep telling me.
He's got the alligator arms.
Yorkie, if you need a reference letter to get the referee in OHL, I'll write you one.
Thanks, Dave. Hey, good luck in the next round.
Appreciate that. Thanks.
See you, pal. Take care.